Hey, my name's Steve Martilli and welcome to freedomeducation.ca. Haven't done a video in a little while. I just got this HD camera, so I'm pumped about using it. I'm excited about it. I'm really impressed how neat it is, how awesome it is. But in today's video, what I really want to talk to you about is the difference between scarcity and abundance. I'm doing a bit of a money training series right now, and for some reason, I don't know, I haven't read a lot of books or gotten a lot of information about the difference between scarcity and abundance. And the reason I'm sharing it with you is because, I think a lot of people talk about abundance in terms of attracting, their dreams and certain things, but they never really talk about it around money. It's like taboo when it comes to abundance around money. And I don't know, that's a whole another discussion, another topic, why that's taboo. But the point is that when I get an idea, I want to share some really cool ideas, and this is my philosophy, but at the same time, there's probably only one other person that I know of that teaches this, and he does it in such a subtle way that you wouldn't really pick up on it, and his name's Steve Pavlina. If you haven't heard of him, check out his blog, he's awesome. But the thing is, he kind of puts these little anecdotes about, the difference between scarcity and abundance. But I don't think people really get it. So I want to give you the contrast. I want to explain to you the difference between abundance and scarcity. So as an example, when I get an idea, and I know it's a good idea, I get and just let me give you some background. I'm so excited about this topic, but let me give you some background, okay? When there's a contraction on the inside of you, there's a contraction on the outside, okay? When there's an expansion on the inside, there's an expansion on the outside, okay? Let me give you some examples. When there's a contraction in your money situation, in other words, there's a lack of it. When there's a contraction of money, it means you're having a contraction on the inside. A physical contraction? Yes. Are you aware of it? Not necessarily. It might have been something that happened years ago, months ago, it could happen last week. But it's created an energetic state where you're in a state of contraction. And because you're in that energetic state of contraction, it's creating and multiplying that effect outside of you. Okay? Simple enough to understand, right? On the other hand, if you feel an expansiveness, okay, if you feel expanded on the inside, you create that expansion on the outside. Another example would be with money. So as an example today, I'm putting together a real cool program I'm really excited about. I'm going to be helping some really neat people. And I always know that when I get in a place where I'm excited and feeling that expansion, and the only way I can explain it is that you're in the flow, you feel light, there's no restrictions, you don't feel restricted anyway, you just feel like you can move and go anywhere, you're feeling very flexible. That would be the idea that I would use, or kind of the best way I can explain this expansiveness. Is that there's no restrictions on the inside. It's not like you go and do something and then you feel like, like I shouldn't be doing that. Or it's very, very clear to you that you feel light, you feel clear because you know exactly where you're going, and you feel like this place like you know it's just going to happen for you. Okay, a belief is you just believe that it's going to happen. And when I get into that place, when I get to that energetic place where I'm creating something and I feel that expansive feeling, more than like 9 out of 10 times, it could be a week later, it could be a month later, it could be 2 months later, that idea, the one that I'm creatively working on, because I don't just sit on my couch and wait for money to come to you, I'm actually out there serving people, right? When I'm creating that piece of content, or when I'm creating that training program, what happens is it ends up generating income for me. In other words, the expansiveness on the inside creates an expansiveness on the outside. So I just want you to kind of digest that idea and think about it. And again, just listen really carefully, because I've been sharing this for the last few months and I'm not sure people are totally getting it, because I really want them to go out and use it. I'm actually going to post another video where I'm going to share some 3 steps on where you can actually use this information so that you can use it and start attracting money. That's the whole point. For some reason, there's not a lot of people sharing it, this contrast of abundance versus scarcity, and this feeling of contraction versus expansion around money. It's not mentioned a lot, and I think it should be mentioned more, because to me it's very obvious. That's just the way it is. That's a truth. If you wanted to get bullshit, go to another website, but if you want to hear the straight truth, this is it, okay? So digest that for the next week, and I'm going to put another video out, and I want you to come back and check it out because I'm going to be talking specifically on how you can use this idea to attract money. Thanks again for watching and listening. My name is Steve Martilli at freedomeducation.ca. If you want more cool videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my email newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon.